take it for granted. For example, we have a roof over our heads, we have a bed to sleep in, we have a warm shower, we have food in our fridge. These are very important things, but we have them every day. So sometimes we forget how important they are. We take them for granted. So when you take something for granted, it means it is important, but since you have it all the time, you have it often, you forget how important it is. And you just have it. You use it.
Yeah.
As I said, food on your table, right? We have it all the time. We take it for granted. We forget how important, how vital it is for us even to survive, right? That's what it means, to take for granted. You could say that, sometimes we take the love of our parents for granted, which means our parents love us. They love us all the time.
Yeah.
It's something we have all the time. So we take it for granted. We forget how important it is because we always have it. It's become a habit. It's become routine. You got it? So that's why it's important not to take things for granted. You know, these basic needs. Don't take them for granted, right? Don't do it. You understand? The word particular and the word private, they don't mean the same thing. Particular means specific. For example, if you work for a company, you probably work at specific hours. You start at, say, at 8, you finish at 5, right? You always start and finish at the same time. If you are self-employed, or if you work from home, maybe you don't need to work at a particular time. You don't need to start at a particular time. Particular, specific. Or, I don't want to talk to that particular person, which means that specific person. That's what particular means. If you mean something, for example, your home is not public. The opposite of public, it's private. Private. So my home is a private place. My bedroom is a private space. I don't let anyone in. It's private. Or if a company is not state-owned, if, say, a hospital is not public, it's not state-owned, it's private. It belongs to someone. It's mine. It's my private property. So these are some meanings of the word private, which means something different from the word particular. You got it? Test. You can use it as a verb. For example, now I forgot all the examples. You test for a disease. So I tested for COVID. You could say that you tested negative for COVID, or you tested positive for a certain disease. You could say that you got tested for a certain disease. So you get tested for COVID, for measles, for chickenpox, for any disease. You can use it as a noun, right? Test. If it's a noun, you can use the verb run. You can say you run a test or you run tests. You're in hospital. We don't know what disease you have, but don't worry, we are running some tests. We are running some tests to see what disease you have. So again, you test for something, you test positive or negative for something, you get tested for something, or they run some tests. That's all when I talk about your health, someone's health. We're talking about diseases, right? But I could also take a test. For example, I'm taking an English test. There's a list of questions or something that will evaluate how good you are at a certain subject, mathematics or history. At school, you take tests. You got it? Did you see the show? Have you seen the show? When you talk about a specific moment in the past, you use the past simple, right? So for example, if you talk about yesterday, it's a specific time in the past with a beginning and an end. You'd say, did you work yesterday? Did you see the show yesterday? Did you eat lunch at home yesterday? Past simple. For example, we're talking about yesterday. So how was your day yesterday? Oh, it was great. Oh, did you eat? I did. You don't need to say yesterday in every sentence, but it's implicit, right? But if you're talking about a moment, it's not specific, it happened between the past and now, you'd say, have you done it? Have you seen it? Have you been to Spain? Yes, I have, twice. I'm not talking about when. There's something important here, right? Look, if you say there was a live concert last weekend, did you see there was a big concert in the city last weekend? Did you go? Did you see it? Did you see it? Because it took place at a specific time in the past. You're talking about that show, that concert at that time, last weekend in your city. Did you go? Did you see it? But if you're talking, say there's a new concert available on Netflix. It is there. You can watch it anytime. It came out last year. So it has been on Netflix since last year. Then I could ask you, have you seen that show on Netflix? Have you seen it? Because now there's no specific time. I'm not talking about the concert in your town last weekend. I'm talking about some random concert. It's recorded, it's on Netflix, you can watch it anytime you want. So have you seen it? Then if I say have you seen it, I mean from the moment it was released on Netflix until now, have you seen it? Last year, last month, last week, yesterday? I don't know. Have you seen it? You got the difference?
Yes, got it.
Yeah, so that's the difference. You attend a meeting, you attend classes, you attend school, right? It means you are present. Attend to means to help. The way doctors help their patients, right? When a doctor sees a patient, when a doctor helps a patient, you say the doctor attends to the patient, which means you attend school so you can attend to your patients.
Nice.
Right? And now we need to finish. Time is up. I need to go.